I'm Theresa V, and this is the place to be if you're a compassionate leader who can't be put in any boxes and has big work to do in the world. Each month, I check in with our beloved archangels to see what advice they have in terms of navigating the energy at the time. This month, they're talking about our compassionate nature, our sovereignty, our feeling of being alone or lonely, the need to control our minds and be free of distraction, to be able to stay centered in today's world in the face of how much is going on, and how we can grow even stronger in our purpose despite everything that goes on around us. Stay tuned. The first thing our angels want to address with us is the feeling of being alone, lonely, terminally unique, having to walk this path alone. There is so much going on in the world, so much change, so much that we feel called to assist with. And our angels want us to know that we are not alone in this, no matter how alone we might feel at any given time. They want us to really feel their presence in our lives, to invite them in, to assist with anything and everything, personally and globally. They can be everywhere and with everyone at the same time. And they're saying that there are still times where we don't believe we are worthy of their presence, of their assistance. We don't believe that what we have to ask them for help with is important enough, is as important as things going on in the world around us. And they're saying comparison is preventing us from getting the help and the assistance we need. That comparison puts us in a lower, denser energy. They keep telling us that there is nothing more important than what we need. So when we call on them, knowing how excited they are to assist us with whatever it is we are asking for, they know that helping us to be more balanced, helping the people that are here to serve the world to be more at peace, that will, in the end, help the world on a larger scale. Because when we have our needs met, when we are nourished, when we don't have worries, then what we can do is put more of our energy into assisting the world. And that is really how this cycle works. The angels are here to assist us so that we can better show up in our energy of greatness, in our light, without the stresses and strains of the worldly things. Yes, there are always things that we're going to come up against, but our angels are always there to assist us with them. When we begin to allow them to come into our lives more, when we have that air of worthiness about us, that is when we will start to allow other humans into our lives to support us. As we shift our vibration into the knowingness that we can be supported, the worthiness of allowing ourselves to be supported more and more aligned people, more aligned energies will come into our lives that will actually support us and carry us through a lot of what we're going through. We have worked through a lot of our own stuff, and it's time now for us to help the world to work out a lot of the world stuff. And having us be able to show up as clear as possible is so important to getting that done efficiently, to getting that done at all. Our angels are also saying that right now a lot of us are experiencing what we're perceiving as rejection, where people, sometimes in very surprising ways, are moving out of our lives, or our relationships within our work are changing. There's something going on where there is a distance. What they really want us all to understand is that this is not rejection. You've heard the saying, rejection is for your protection. And they want us to know that this quote unquote rejection is actually our clearing space for what comes next. We still have this idea that what's coming next has to come into our lives and bump the other thing out. And the angels keep telling us what we need to do is create space for what we've been asking for. And if we don't create that space, there is no place for that to integrate. So if we've been asking for something in our lives to change and haven't been creating the space for it, this is the time to do that. Take this time to really deeply cleanse your life in whatever way You need to. This is the time of year for that. What's happening in the world right now is that there are so many energies being manufactured to distract us, to move us off center, to move us away from balance. If you do not control your mind, someone else will be happy to. This is what the angels want us to understand. There are so many energies vying for our attention, vying for that space in our minds so that they can root there and replay over and over and over and take us further off balance. When what we need to do as the light bearers on this planet, as the servants of the light, as the servants of the divine, is to stay as balanced and as centered as possible. And when we are fed from the inside, when we are doing those things that nourish us every day, when we are making the time to relax our mind, whether it's through prayer, meditation, contemplation, we start to be able to observe the thoughts that we have because they slow down. So there aren't those crowded thoughts that are all there and we have no idea what they are. We begin to be able to separate our thoughts, to experience them. And when we can do that, we can choose, oh, this is a thought that, yes, I want to carry forward, I want to move forward with. This is a thought that, nope, no thank you. And then that thought needs to go and we're not pursuing that line of thinking anymore. When we are off our game, when we are hungry, angry, lonely, tired, that's when we are in a place where we become vulnerable to energies that are outside of us. We become a nesting ground for them to take root and perpetuate themselves. This is the time we've been preparing for so many lifetimes. And what we need to do is to remain sovereign. That way we get to pick and choose what it is that we relate to, what we experience as truth, because we can slow ourselves down enough to run it through our heart monitor, to run it through the heart center and see if it resonates as truth, and then move forward with it, pursue it. And the angels want us all to remember that holding the vision of the world we wish to see is so important. And this doesn't mean that we don't take any action other than holding the vision. What it means is that we are holding the vision from a space of peace. And when an action is needed, we can properly get the message. We can properly feel that this action needs to be taken without any wonder if this is clear direction. And then we can take that action and move the world in the direction that we know it needs to go. When other energies take root in our system without our permission, that's when we just start doing all the things and talking about it all the time and not having any space for anything else. And you may be passionate about something. There's nothing wrong with that. There needs to still be room for your life within the change you are trying to create. And that's what the angels want us to understand right now. When we get lost, when we get swept away, we are not in our sovereignty. We are not holding the light that we are here to hold, despite the fact that we think we are moving the needle to make so much change. What we are doing a lot of times is creating more noise. And so when we can be in our sovereignty, we will be able to still the noise so that the world can see truth more easily. Other people can move it into their heart monitors so that they can see as well, because we are not contributing to the noise, to the illusion, to the confusion. We don't want to be swept away by distraction at such an important time. We want to be actively contributing to the changes we wish to see in the world, to the energy we want to see being perpetuated, to the lives we want to see for every citizen of the world. And that is our true purpose, regardless of how we express what it is we are here to do, whether we're a lawyer, a kindergarten teacher, a flight attendant. When we can contribute to the betterment of the world, to the betterment of humanity, to making someone's day a little brighter, that is our true purpose. That is why we are here. That interaction creates an energy of joy, creates an energy of connection and love that is desperately needed in the world. And that is the energy that ripples out and makes change worldwide. When we are so wrapped up in the fear, when we are so wrapped up in repeated thoughts or in what's going wrong, we are not open to those experiences, those interactions, that interconnection, the joy that can come from those things, because we are forcing ourselves to consistently feel that we are not to hold joy or to create it because so many are suffering. And knowing that and acknowledging the suffering and then creating the opposing energy so that it can reach those people who are suffering and that it can create a bubble around them that will eventually lift the energy while we are working to change the actual situations that they're in. That's the full scope of what we have the ability to do, the power that we hold in this incarnation. The angels say, you repeatedly underestimate the power you have to change each other, to change the world, to change everything about your experience. And we can hold you in the growth. You repeatedly underestimate how much assistance we are able to give you. Don't be afraid of your power. Don't be afraid of the impact that you can have on this world. We've got you. We've got this. And we want you to fully rest into that knowing, to fully understand that and allow us to hold you in this so that you can live the full scope of your purpose, so that you can have the experiences you are here to have and create the change you are here to create. And when you cross over to the other side, you can talk about how much joy it brought you to do so, how fulfilled you feel, how connected you were, and how loved you let yourself be and made others feel. That feels very complete from our angels for this month. If you would like some assistance healing anything in your life, including the energy that tells you you are not worthy of the love of the angels, consider opening yourself to daily energy work through joining the Healing Hub membership. Inside the membership, you will receive daily healing infusions of angelic energy. You'll be connected to a wonderful community of like-hearted individuals who understand and are there to hold and support you in whatever it is you're going through. And if you would like a more personal connection with your angels, there are currently openings on the calendar for a private 30-minute recorded angel reading with me and your angels. Links to both of these things are in the description of this video or the comments section below. Please leave a comment and let us know what resonated and what you'll be actively working towards this month. So grateful for your presence here in this space and on this planet at this time. Sending you so much love.